Hello, beautiful people. This is a 1 week update. It was actually yesterday, but that's okay. 1 day isn't that huge of a difference. They got their first bath yesterday. Yay, fuzzy babies. Taking the bands out felt so super and made me feel a little bit less like I was in junior high. So that's nice. They're all super fuzzy, which is very funny and fun at the same time. I did, to a 32-ounce jar of water, I did about 1/8 of a cup of baking soda, a couple of drops of Dr. Brauner's, because I've washed my hair with that before and it actually makes my hair really greasy. So just a few drops of that and it was perfect. And I have done it at the 1:12 ratio for shampoo, and it was still just not something that worked out well for my hair type or my scalp type. It's different for everybody. So, but a few drops worked out really nicely. And I did probably, I want to say it was a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons maybe, of Himalayan pink sea salt, 6 drops of tea tree, 6 drops of, it was like 4 drops of wild orange, and like 4 to 5 drops of balance. I can tell I really need to drink some water. But anyways, shook that all up, and that's what I poured over my scalp, and then just scratch. The dandruff kind of instantly went away. Felt so good. Then after I rinsed really well and I was all finished with the rest of my washing, I did it was a half-gallon pitcher, about, I don't know, it was like a half cup to a cup of apple cider vinegar, and topped it up with water, and then rinsed my hair and let that sit. Squished it in the dreads. I did not realize how wonderfully soft apple cider vinegar makes your hair, and if I would have known this a long time ago, I would have used it. So, sorry, my mouth is super dry. But that softness that it created, although it made my ends really wonderfully soft, there were a few of them that I had a feeling would fall out when I washed it, and they did. I had 6 or 8 of them that I had to just comb out because they were mostly out anyways, and then I actually rip and twisted those ones in because I enjoy the therapeutic kind of cathartic aspect of that. So now I have more rip and twist in there. So we'll see how all of those guys progress. I actually made a list of things I wanted to talk about so that I wouldn't get off topic and wander off. I'm glad I removed the bands when I did, because my hair was beginning to gobble up the bands, and they were a little challenging to remove in some places. Some of them were already broken, but the hair was holding them in place. So I'm very pleased that I removed them when I did. It was like, what, day 5? Something like that. The ends, I got a bit longer bits of softness. I don't know how to say that correctly. Less of them are dreaded, but not by much, like at all. So I just ripped and twisted a few of the ends to give them a little knot at the bottom for the ones that I saw were starting to come up more than I wanted. My bands were also creating goofy kinks. You know, you sleep funny and your hair stands up weird. Well, the bands were doing the same thing, but as soon as I washed it, it was especially bad underneath here on both sides, which you can kind of actually see it. Some of that too is because I sleep with a scarf in my hair and then knot it, and it pushes my hair up. I love the way it looks like tentacles when I play with it. It's so fun. I just love how fun they are. They make me feel like a kid, which is fun. My theme for my life is to find the fun, so I found it's on my head. If anybody could make some recommendations in the comments, that would be awesome, for any places that sell sample size bottles of shampoo. Everywhere I've kind of been trolling around, they want to sell you the whole bottle, and I'd love to try sample sizes. On that same note, I actually really enjoyed the combination of stuff that I used, so I may not really even do shampoo. It's still a ever-evolving process. So anyways, if you have any comments or suggestions, I would super appreciate that. My hair is normal. It's not really oily. It's not really dry. So if anybody has, you know, pretty normal hair without it being too greasy or too dry, and you have something that you love, please, again, you don't have to post a link or anything. Just post the name of it and I can totally Google it myself. So thank you in advance. After I was done washing, I put half my hair up and began palm rolling everybody. And I noticed, because the apple cider vinegar made my hair so soft, I noticed as I was rolling it, I felt like I was actually untwisting some of them. So I got a little less vigorous with that. Although on some of them I felt like it was knotting really well. So I think it's just the pattern that the hair is weaving as it's coming together. But I also found myself becoming a little perfectionist and mildly neurotic over getting them to look right. Which again, this is all a letting go process. So it was really good to catch myself pretty quickly in that and get to put that back down again. So it's really kind of challenging when the ones that you want to screw with the most are the ones that are right by your face because you can see them. But there's a lot of really good knotting in that one, and I don't have to worry about it coming undone, but it doesn't feel tight. And of course it doesn't feel tight. It's just a baby. Give it time and it'll feel better. So I just have to be more patient with it. I've been sleeping with a silk scarf on my head because the first night I didn't sleep with anything and they were just super scratchy and big, and then my back of my head was really knotted. So learning how to tie that so that I don't have a lump under my neck and I don't create all of these kind of distortions in the ones in the back. I think that's everything. And I hope you all are well. I'll give you kind of a little look at where we're at currently. Fuzzy fuzzy.